Welcome, Rainmakers, and it's Priyan here from Rainway Reality, and here to basically discuss a Monday, the importance of Monday, why Monday is psychologically a day for setting routines, to set the tone for a successful week. And it really has helped me to sort of be productive and understand about how um, to get the best performance, the best feedback, and also to really sort of enjoy a way of being productive and also responsible for one's actions. Um, why Monday is an important day, I believe it's because, psychologically, it's a reset for the week. In society as a whole, since you were a little boy or girl, um, life has said that Monday to Friday is the weekday, and the weekends are Saturday and Sunday. So, it's important psychologically to reset on Monday. And I feel personally that on the Monday, the way I start off the week, how I wake up, how I feel, and that productiveness of that first day impacts and sets the precedence for the rest of the days. You may not think this is true out of your personal circumstances, but again, what I ask you to do is, think about it and feel it and see it on different Mondays and see how your week went. It's important because of the fact that, if you wake up on the Monday with a clear plan and a strategy for the week, then that will continue. Otherwise, you're just going to wake up all groggy and feel unmotivated. Now, the main criteria I have found is that there should be a Sunday planning ritual. And the way that this is done is really to set aside some time on Sunday to plan the week. The way I feel that is achieved is by having an effective planning session. In the morning, I think preferably as you wake up, so that other people, you're having your coffee and you can have set aside a little bit of time, and you really reflect on what you want to achieve for the week. Now, that doesn't just mean in terms of work alone. Personally, it's got to be work, health, family, your personal growth. And what you do is you just list stuff down. So, for example, this week I'm looking to set aside some time at the end of the week to spend time with my sister and mother who are coming down from Sri Lanka and Norway. So I want to spend some quality time with them. So therefore, during those days when they're here, I'm looking to schedule my work early morning or in the evening so that I can spend quality time with them. Looking to also play a bit more golf and be a bit more healthy and go to the gym, because moving to Dubai and having so much stuff to do, I've not had a chance to do any sort of physical activities. And so therefore that's something that I have planned as well. On top of that, with the work on my holiday lets, looking to also, for example, deal with all the websites and the feedback and stuff. So that's been scheduled in as well. So once you've written down in terms of the blocks of what you want to achieve, then what I do is I go into my calendar on Monday and I block them off electronically in my calendar. So, for example, this morning was wake up at 5 a.m., six, do journaling, a little bit of movement, and then reading a book of motivation done from the 5 a.m. club. 6 o'clock, I just had some got up with my son in terms of the fact that just hung out with him, then got changed and went for golf and teed off at 7. Subsequently, then the rest of the day is planned out in terms of my weekly meeting at 11:30. But you get the idea. So ultimately, your whole week is planned out and you have all the schedules in there for what needs to be done. Now, you may say, it's not realistic, and you're not going to keep to the priorities, but ultimately it's just a schedule and something there with a sort of goal and ambition of what you want to achieve. So, stick to it as closely as possible. However, if it doesn't work out and an emergency happens or something runs over, there's not a problem. Just try and get back on track as quickly as you can. And at the end of the day, what it does is it helps as a feedback loop for motivation for the rest of the week. So, for example, if you've got to the end of the day and then you reflect on what you've done, you'll feel positive and also happy. However, also at the same time, if you didn't really achieve what you wanted to achieve, you may feel a bit upset, or you may feel like you've let yourself down, but at least that sort of gives you some feedback rather than just sort of carrying on during the week aimlessly, just doing things for the sake of doing things and not really achieving anything or having any feedback. Because feedback, whether it be positive or negative, is for you to take in, understand, evaluate, and make your systems and processes better. So it doesn't mean that you're a loser. It's not meant to make you feel bad. It's feeling bad is okay, because ultimately, if you feel bad, that means that you're not happy with yourself about something you've done. So therefore, you can change it and make it better so that you feel invigorated and ready to do stuff which is more empowering towards your way of living. Consistency is important. So, for example, waking up at the same time every day will make sure that you have energy and productivity, because it really is the first task that you do. I always make my bed up every day. I don't say to myself, I don't have time, because I should have scheduled myself to have time. Because if you can set that first task of the day that you've set yourself in order to do, then that sets the precedence for the rest of the week. It's all about also momentum and how to keep doing the things that you're meant to do. And as I said, if you fall off the beaten track, that's fine. Acknowledgement. So, in terms of making decisions, I think what's also important and understand is if you have all this scheduled and done, it means that you don't have to think about what to do next. Where am I going next? And it's so important to understand that if you also set your tasks and your things that you need to be done earlier in the morning, that is going to be more beneficial to you. Things that are more creative, things that require more brain power, and leaving meetings and admin and stuff more into the afternoon. The reason being is that your brain is sort of like a battery. It runs out during the day. And so come the end of the day, your willpower and your decision-making processes are limited. So therefore, don't use your main brain power and willpower at the beginning of the day to do mundane tasks like Excel or numbers and stuff, when they can be done at the end of the day. To give you an example, Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs always wear the same clothes. And the reason why they wear the same clothes is because of the fact that they don't want to have to use that decision or that processing power in their head in order to choose what clothes to wear, which can then be saved and used to make better decisions in the future. In order to sort of decide plans and acknowledge plans that you may have always not worked perfectly, it's there for you to sort of adapt and change. So if you want to adapt and change the plans and what you've done, that's fine. If you are not motivated, don't give up. Just work out a different way of doing it. But the main thing is to have structure and some kind of way of setting your week. So to recap, the main things to take away are: number one, to set a plan for the week on the Sunday. That is super important. If you do that alone and don't even put it into a schedule, and you take that out and read that during the day or at the beginning of your day, that in itself is going to help you achieve so much more. And subsequently, what will happen is that when you keep reading that, your brain, even though you haven't put it down on paper, will start to action your beliefs and send you into the right places. It's really important that Monday is the key day. You don't leave it until Tuesday or Wednesday. The key day to reset and reschedule your mind in order for it to become tuned in exactly the process of what's going to happen during the week. Stick to the schedule, adapt to it, and also try to always listen and get feedback yourself in terms of what you're doing. Ultimately, you're doing this for yourself. Nobody else is seeing it. So it's up to you to decide whether you want to be productive for the week and what you want to do, rather than sort of just, making things or doing things or reading when you're not meant to be reading. Because reading's fine, but if you say I'm going to read, but you don't have a structure in place of saying read for 30 minutes every day and have it at 4 in the afternoon when the sun's setting, for example, and you're sitting in your garden, then when is that 30 minutes going to happen during your busy day? When are you going to just schedule it in willy-nilly? It's not going to happen. It may happen one day, but then the next day it's not going to happen. So if you want to read for half an hour, even before bed, and you go to bed at 9, wake up at 8:30, go to bed at 8:30 and make sure you read. So hope that helps. Monday morning is the most important day. Spend 30 minutes on a Sunday scheduling in your time. I believe it will transform your Mondays, your week, and then ultimately that power and that routine will help you to schedule bigger goals in for the year, for the months, in order to achieve what you're meant to achieve in life.